Hey everyone, we are doing Chapter 8, Lesson 4, learning about point-slope form. So the objective for today, and that's not a good way to start. The objective for today is to learn to find the equation of a line given 1 point and the slope. So learn to find an equation of a line given 1 point and the slope. So that's what we're going to be given. We're going to be giving 1 point and the slope, and we're going to have to find an equation. Now, the equation that you use when you have 1 point and a slope is what's called the point-slope form. And this is something you need to practice. You need to memorize it. So the point-slope form of an equation of a line with slope m passing through the point x1, y1. And I wish it wasn't written like that. I wish it was more like this, x1, y1. So it kind of goes through that point. So we have a slope and we have a point. So we have a slope that goes through this point is this equation. Y minus y1 equals m multiplied by the quantity x minus x1. That is the point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m multiplied by the quantity x minus x1, where the x1 and the y1, that is the point on the line, and this little thing right here, the m, that's the slope. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. So our first problem is here. Example 1a. So we're going to be using point-slope form to identify information about the line. So it says use the point-slope form of each equation to identify a point the line passes through and the slope of the line. All right, so here we go. This is the equation. Y minus 7 equals 3 multiplied by the quantity x minus 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually write the point-slope form right beneath it. Y minus y1 equals m multiplied by the quantity x minus x1. What's awesome about this is I can totally tell what my point and my slope is of the line. So I need to identify a point and a slope, okay? So the first thing is the point. So I need to find my x1, y1. That's going to be my point. And then my slope, I need to find my slope, okay? So my x1 is here. So that means that 4 is going to be my x1, and my y1 is here. So it's going to be 7. Okay, so I know sometimes in class we talk about how this is a -7 and this is a -4. And you are completely right. That is a -7 and a -4. What you have to be aware of, though, is that in this form, this particular negative is a part of the formula. This negative is a part of the formula. So if it's easier for you, if you're thinking about this as a -7, which I do quite frequently, what you're going to think about is that it's opposite of this. So if this is a -7, I'm going to do a +7. If this is a -4, then I'm going to do a +4. So you have to think of opposite. So my x1, which is here, is going to be a +4. And my y1, which is kind of -7, is going to be a +7. There, so that is my point. And the reason why is because this negative is a part of the equation. So that 7 is positive and that 4 is positive. So that is our point. And then our slope is just right here. The number on the outside of the parentheses, that's our slope, which is 3. So super easy to identify. From here, we are going to graph, and we can graph from just a point and a slope. What we need to do first to graph is, number 1, graph the point, and then from the point, you're going to graph the slope. So we're going to go ahead and graph this point, 4, 7. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so right about here. Let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to do the slope. Now remember, the slope is the same thing as 3 over 1. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So I'm just I'm graphing the slope from this point. That's what you need to do. So graph the point first, which is 4, 7. And then from that point, you graph the slope. Up 3 over 1. We're going to do the opposite. Going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1 this way. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1 this way. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And there we go. We have our beautiful, make this one bigger, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Magnificent line. And we can go ahead and graph that line from point slope form, where we graph the point first and then we graph the slope from it. So there we go. For our answer, it wanted the point, which is here, and the slope, which is here. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. Okay, we have another equation, y minus 1 equals 1/3 multiplied by the quantity x plus 6. So I'm going to go ahead and write that formula underneath it, the point slope formula, y minus y1 equals m multiplied by the quantity x minus x1. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing we need to find is the point. Our point is going to be the x1, comma y1. The next thing we're going to have to find is the slope, which is going to be our m. So my x1 is here, and my y1 is here. So this is going to be my x1, and this is going to be my y1. So remember on the last one how I said we have to go opposite sign, right? So what that means, if my x1 here is 6, I need to do opposite sign, which is going to be, this right now is a positive 6. I need to go negative 6. So my point is going to be negative 6. And then also here's my y1. I'm going to go opposite. This is a negative 1. I'm going to go opposite negative 1, which is a positive 1. So that is my point. And then my slope is equal to, where's my slope? My slope is m. And my slope is right here. It's 1/3 outside the parentheses. So m equals 1/3. Very cool. There's my point, and there's my my point and my slope. Now I can graph it. And remember when we graph, I got to graph the point first and then the slope. So my point is negative 6, 1. So I'm going to go here, negative 6, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, down 1, up 1, my bad. Negative 6, up 1, right here. Now from this point, so negative 6, up 1, that's my point. From here I'm going to do the slope, which is up 1 over 3, 1, 2, 3. And do it again, up 1 over 3, 1, 2, 3. 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 And I'm going to do the opposite, down 1 and over 3. 1, 2, 3 this way. And there we go. There is my line. All right. Perfect. Now it is your turn to check it out. All right, where's our friend? Go ahead and work on these problems. Pause it, come back, and we will talk about it. All right, see you in a bit. Bye. All right, we are back. We're going to use the point slope form, which is right here of each equation, to identify a point. A point the line passes through the slope of the line. Okay, so we're going to find a point and a slope. I'm going to write the equation, y minus y1 equals m multiplied by the quantity, x minus x1. My point is going to be x1, y1. And my slope is going to be, well, I got to figure it out. So here we go. My point, x1, y1. x1 is right here, y1 is right here. Remember, I'm going opposite sign. So if this says it is a negative 2 for my x1, my 2 is going to be positive. And right here, if my y1 is a negative 5, I'm going to be positive, and it's going to be a positive 5. So the opposite of a negative is a positive. Boom. Next one is my slope. Where's my slope? Here it is, m. And the 2 is right there. It's the number outside the parentheses. So that means that my slope is 2. So my point is equal to this, and my slope is equal to 2. Perfecto. Awesome, let's graph it. Remember, when we graph it, we graph the point first and then the slope. So my point is 2, 5. 1, 2, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. From there, I'm going to graph my slope, and my slope is the same thing as 2 over 1. So I'm going up 2, 1, 2 over 1. Up 2, 1, 2 over 1. And then I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2 over 1 this way. Down 2, 1, 2 over 1 this way. Down 2 over 1. And then, you know, you just keep going. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay, and graph it. We graph away. Yep, we did it. So that's that one. Let's do the next one. All right, we have this equation. We got to find the point, find the slope. Going to write my equation here. 2/3 x minus x1, point slope form. Okay, where's my point? My point is going to be x1, y1, and my slope is going to equal the m. So my x1 is here, which means my x1's there. My y1 is here, which means my y1 is there. Okay, so I'm going opposite sign for my x1. Here it's a +3, which means it's going to be a -3, opposite sign. Here, my y1 is a -2. I'm going opposite, and it's going to be positive. So there you go. There's my point. And now I'm going to talk about my slope. My slope is right here. Oh, that's funny. I should have put, I'm sorry. You're like, what are you doing? This is an M. Just imagine this is an M. This is supposed to be an M. There you go. It kind of looks like an M, right? So this is my slope. Oh, that's really clear. And this is my slope. Oh, man, even better. So our slope is 2/3. Perfect. We have our point. We have our slope. Okay, let's graph it. I'm going to graph the point first. So -3 up 2. So -3, 1, 2, 3, up 2. Right there. There is my point. From there, I'm graphing my slope. Up 2, 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. And we could do the opposite from this point. We can go down 2 and over 3 this way. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we could just go ahead and connect the dots. And we have our lovely, fantastic line. Beautiful. All right. If you got that, both of them right, you did a great job. We will see you next time. Goodbye.